Yes guys, welcome back to another episode of Just Mad Cars, and I'm bringing you another Just Mad Gaming video. Yep, I bet you thought there was just going to be one, but there's not.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here.
So today, you join me at the Australian Grand Prix. It's my first F1 race as an F1 driver, and we're going to get straight into the qualifying. So if you remember from the last episode, I chose to drive for Alfa Romeo. Like I said before, it's because I chose to be part of the Ferrari Drivers Academy. So, you know, Alfa Romeo is like Ferrari's B team, so might as well start there. Traditionally, in Formula 1 games, I actually quite like the Australian Grand Prix. I quite like Albert Park as a track. It's a street circuit, technically, but I think in Melbourne it's like one of their big parks that they just turn into a racetrack, which is pretty sick. But it doesn't feel like a street circuit as such. It feels more like a proper track because of the runoff areas on the side, like with the grass and stuff. So it's not like Monaco, it's not like Baku, where you're literally driving on public roads. Well, you are literally driving on public roads, but it's not like Monaco and Baku where you've got drain covers, you've got big bumps in the road. The Albert Park circuit is pretty smooth, and it feels like a real racetrack, which is why I like it. And it's quite fast as well. So I was quite excited to come here for the first time, especially as it really only does, well, you only ever find this track on Formula 1 games. So that's another reason why I was excited to come here. I'm more of a fan of the more classic tracks rather than all the new tracks on Formula 1, I'll be honest with you. I feel like some of the new tracks are a bit boring. But yeah, anyway, coming up to the end of my qualifying lap. I think last on the grid, yeah, 20th place, yeah. So I'm last on the grid, which is unfortunate, but it is my first race. Like I said, Melbourne or Albert Park isn't a track that I'm very used to. Never really raced it anywhere else. But hopefully I can do better in the race itself.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula 1 season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21 race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with tweaks to the regulations, a fresh looking spread of tyre compounds and of course some changes to the roster of car manufacturers. It's goodbye to Sauber and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula 1. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point.
So waiting for the red lights to go out now, lined up on the grid. Lights out and away we go. Russell's next to me, he's my first target, but I don't get the greatest of starts. I'm still trying to learn how to really get off the line fast enough, but anyway, down into the first corner. I tried to go up the inside of Lucas Webber, doesn't work, pushes me out a little bit. He did have the line, that was a bit of a reckless move from me. Coming down into the second corner now. Would I be able to get a run down here? I'm quite far back, so it wouldn't really be wise to do that. So I hang back, just sit behind him, and then come into the corner. I try to get in, but it doesn't work. Trying to go round the outside of Lucas Webber, nah, nothing. Anyway, into this third high-speed corner. Get past Russell. Now I'm in between the two Williams. Quite happy with that move there. Touch Webber a little bit, but, you know, whatever. Now, I'm trying to get past the Williams of Lucas Webber. Try to look up the inside of Webber, but Russell goes flying past me. Doesn't get the job done. Stays on the outside, so I keep my place. Bumps into Webber a little bit, but whatever. Coming down into this high speed, I don't know if it's a curve or a straight or whatever. It's kind of considered a straight into the chicane. Still behind Lucas Webber. Now I've decided to kind of buy my time a little bit more because I've got past George Russell, so that means I can get past Webber. Come into this corner here. Nope, nowhere for me to get there. but it looks like I'm going to settle in now until the end of the race, because there's not really, end of the lap. There's not really anywhere for me to overtake between these two places. And then the home straight is about to come. Push Webber out of the way slightly. That was a bit naughty, but still get past him just at the last corner. So I've got both the Williams behind me by the end of the first lap, which is I'm quite happy about. But Lucas Webber's coming up the inside now. You can see me, might see his Dell. He gets the move sort of done, but we bump into each other. In a turn of events, that kind of works out well for me, starts working, but doesn't. Webber's gone past me again. Russell's coming up on the inside as well, so I've kind of lost both places. I'll go into the second corner around the outside of Lucas Webber and keep my place of 18th place. That was fun, not gonna lie. Anyway, now I just need to catch up to the guys in front and leave the Williams behind me. Not gonna be able to do that if I keep going off, but the Williams are still attacking. So really and truly, this lap, all I have to do is keep them behind me and try and gain a gap between them. Again, going off the track like that is not going to help my case, but they're not trying it up here. Coming back down into the long straight, settling into the race a bit more now. Second lap, the track is starting to open up a little bit. I'm still under attack, severe attack, but they're not getting past me. They're not getting past me right now. Because those moves right there would have been very reckless. I'm out of ERS at this point. I've been using the whole of the ERS. I'm not gonna lie. In this race, I was still learning how to use ERS. So anyway, I'm still on the fastest setting of ERS because I was trying to get away from the Williamses, or the Williams. Anyway, into the final bend, penultimate corner, into the final corner now. No ERS left. So what I decided to do is kind of go a bit more defensive. Park my car in the middle of the track, hoping for the best. One of the Williams goes around the outside. It's Lucas Webber, but he doesn't quite make it. I managed to keep my place. That was a very good decision, I feel, because I knew he was going to have me. If I had moved over to the left, he would have definitely had me on the inside, because there was nothing I could have done. So I had to go super defensive. So ERS charging back up now. So I've got them behind me. That was really the only place that they could really do a really clean move, simply because the Williams are Mercedes powered. The Mercedes power units have quite good top end speed, so that straight they would have got me there. Anyway, settling into the race now. I'm getting a little gap on the Williamses, a very small one, but it's a gap anyway. So at this point, I'm trying to let my ERS charge up a bit, because I know I'll be under attack from the Williams if I just make one small mistake. So I've gained enough of a gap where I don't need to use any of the ERS at this moment in time. So I'm using this lap just to try and charge it up a little bit more. So maybe I could use it later on in the race. So coming down into the home straight, the start-finish straight, sorry, it's pretty clear that I've made a gap, enough of a gap. I didn't even need to use any of my ARS on that section of the track. I'm trying to catch up to the people in front of me, but it's proving quite difficult because there is quite a big gap at this moment in time. And me being pretty inexperienced in Formula 1 2019, I'm not gonna lie, there was times where I was struggling to get this car to go the way I wanted it to go. So the Williams have now closed that gap that I actually made, and they're kind of on the attack again. So I'm back defensive, which is annoying. I'm keeping them behind me for now, but I know we're going to have to pit soon. I think I'm pitting on lap 7 or lap 8 in this race. But anyway, I got a little bit wide there. Webber tries to see it on the inside, but he makes a hash of it. So I've turned my ARS up to setting 5 hot lap to try and keep them behind me to get to make more of a gap again. But around this section of the track is quite slow, so it's hard to create a gap at this point. You kind of have to create in the really and truly in the first sector where it's a bit faster. That's what I think anyway. So anyway, coming down the home straight, I park my car in the middle again, but I'm quite clear of them. I doubt they're going to try it. Well, not I doubt. At that distance, they're not going to be able to attack through these first few corners anyway, unless again if I do that, and now they're right back on my tail. So my own incompetence has caused me to be overtaken by my former teammate Lucas Webber. But I go back up the inside, try to get my place back. Do I make it? Yes, just about, But into this corner now, he could creep up on the inside, but no, I make it work, I make it stick, and I'm back into 18th place. So I've got about the same distance that I had previously. So it's not a big enough gap, because clearly you can see one mistake and they're right back under my wings. So I'm still just trying to get away from them, trying to make a big enough gap so that when it does come time to pit, I don't lose out at all. Because when you're in 18th, the problem is you're fighting the same drivers as before. So if I was to pit and they're too close to me, I've definitely lost. I won't be able to come back out again unless if they pit first. So I'm really trying to get as big of a gap as possible at this point, so that when it's my time to pit, it doesn't cause me any problems, as in I'm not left standing still, if that makes sense. So as you can see, looking at the radar, you can kind of see that I've actually made a bigger gap than previously. So this is a good sign that I'm doing the right thing. So it's lap 6 out of 15 at this moment in time. I'm still just literally trying to not lose any more time to the Williams behind me. So really and truly, I'm in a race with myself. Like, there's no one in front of me. I basically got clean air. I'm just trying to break that slipstream and break the gap, so that if the Williams do catch up to me or are close enough, they won't be in DRS range, which will then help me out even more. So really and truly, they'll just be racing each other, which is kind of what I want them to do, because that will then slow them down. That way I'll be firmly in 18th place. So anyway, back down the home straight, I did 2 green sectors and a red, so not a great lap. I did do a lot of practice at Australia prior to actually coming to actually doing it in career mode. So just in time trial, I did practice quite a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a track I found very easy. It's not a difficult track, but because it is a fast but quite a narrow track, it can, like, any slip up can cause massive time losses. So you really have to be on it almost all the time throughout the whole duration of the race. So coming down here into the second DRS zone, no DRS activated luckily, because there's no one behind me. Well, there are people behind me, but they're not close enough. But there's no one in front of me, or I'm not close to anyone in front for me to be activated, for my DRS to be activated. Now I went a little bit wide on the last corner, but one of the Williams looks like they've pitted. I don't know which one it is, but one has definitely pitted. So it looks like Webber's pitted because Russell's now behind me. Coming out that corner, that was a bit crappy. It looks like I'm a bit closer to the cars in front. So I think Vettel's, it's a Ferrari. So the Ferrari looks like he's just pitted Vettel. But yeah, no, I'm not that close. He's gone. Looking at the radar, he's off. So anyway, I'm pitting at the end of this lap. So lap 8, I'll be in. So hopefully I'll be able to undercut one of the Williams drivers at least by the time they pit. Right, so coming up towards the last corner now, or the penultimate corner, just before we pit. So we've got the Williams of George Russell behind me. I come in. Does he follow me in? Yes, he does. George Russell's also in the pit lane now. So it's me and one of the Williams is in the pit lane. Now it all depends whose pit lane is actually before them. Oh, I'm in. And there you're going to see George Russell go past me on the left. Just there, he's in. And now I'm out. And George Russell is still in the pit lane. So that's cool. So I'm still coming out in the same position that I came in. So 18th place. But here comes Lucas Webber up that straight, it looks like. But I'm still going to come out in front of him. Got a bit wide there. That was a bit of a crap turn. Or whatever. He should be right behind me now. I can see him in my mirrors. He's there. He's trying to get past. But I'm on the harder tyre. So now, this is where things kind of go a little bit down, pear-shaped at least. So anyway, Lucas Webber tries to get me there around the outside. But doesn't work out for him. Contact, but hey-ho, we continue. So I'm on the harder compound. The harder tyre doesn't heat up as fast. So when you're under pressure coming out the pit lane, the hard tyre isn't really the tyre you want to be on. because it takes longer to heat up, you can't really attack. You're kind of worried that you're going to miss your lines like I just did there. And you just can't drive the car the way that you would normally be able to drive on fully heated up tyres. Just like there, Lucas Webber, sails right past me. He's on the medium compound tyre. You can tell it's a medium because it's yellow on the outside. And as you can see, I'm actually kind of struggling to keep up with him. Just a little bit. But I get to him here. And now I'm under pressure from George Russell as well. So I'm under pressure. I'm attacking one Williams whilst under pressure from the other. So they're both on the medium compound tyre, which means they probably will go, not probably will, they will definitely go to race the rest of the distance. So will I on the hard tyre, but they will speed up quicker than I will. So at this moment in time, I'm kind of losing out, and you can already see I'm losing out to Lucas Webber. He's getting further and further away from me. I tried to put my fuel mix ratio to the richer setting, so setting number 3, but that didn't really work out for me. So now I'm kind of low on fuel. Ooh. Lose the back out a little bit there, but I'll keep it in. I've still got enough to basically last me to the end of the race, which is fine. But it could be touch and go if I'm not careful. So anyway, Lucas Webber is slowly getting away from me, but I'm still slowly getting away from George Russell. So I'm still attacking, but I'm still defending, and I'm attacking so much that I'm losing more time because I'm not taking the right racing line, as you saw in the previous corner. So coming up into the chicane now. Slow down quite a bit there, which was a bit too slow. Now Lucas Webber so far ahead that I'm out of DRS range. So this isn't good. This is bad. Because I was ready for an 18th place finish. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I kept that quite well, but it's looking like I'm just gonna end up in 19th place because the gap that Lucas Webber has formed with me, because I came out on the hard tyres, it was much more difficult for me to get up to speed and get heat into those tyres. But I do finish in 17th place, which isn't terrible. I think there was a retirement somewhere. I think somebody retired. I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but someone retired somewhere in the race. But I have now finished in 17th place, and that was my first race and the first finish of Formula 1 2019. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.